What's a scourge?
It's like when something real bad happens. Like when everybody gets killed and you can't do anything about it. Like a swarm of locusts. For the entertainment of his guests, Nero would illuminate his whole garden with bodies of live Christians covered in burning oil, strung up on flaming crosses, crucified.
Dead Man is directed by Jim Jarmusch and it's starring Johnny Depp and Gary Farmer. Also, we had some special appearances by Crispin Glover, John Hurt, Iggy Pop, Billy Bob Thornton, and Lance Hendrickson. On the run after murdering a man, accountant William Blake encounters a Native American man named Nobody who prepares him for his journey into the spiritual world. And Nobody is the character's name, it's a proper noun. Dead Man is generally regarded as being extremely well researched in regards to Native American culture. The film is also notable as one of the rather few films about Native Americans to be directed by a non-native and offer nuanced and considerate details of the individual differences between Native American tribes, free of common stereotypes. The film contains conversations in Cree and Blackfoot languages, which were intentionally not translated or subtitled for the exclusive understanding of members of those nations, including several in-jokes aimed at native viewers. So now you might be wondering, what can I expect from a Jim Jarmusch film? First off, you're gonna see a lot of long shots. So expect to see a lot of scenes of someone walking around and the camera following them, or a long conversation that just never cuts away for the longest time. Those are things that you're gonna find with a Jim Jarmusch film. Instead of a use of like a montage to express time passing, Jim Jarmusch really enjoys natural, just normal time. So that's why he likes to use a lot of long shots. And a good deal of his movies, he also puts music to these long shots, so that's another thing that you can expect from a Jarmusch film is music. Generally speaking, the music is provided by Tom Waits. In this particular incident, though, it is done by Neil Young, and most of the music is actually just a guitar, which really kind of feels great for this film. It really works really, really well. Another thing you can expect from a Jarmusch film is outsider characters coming together. For instance, in this film, you have William Blake and Nobody. William Blake, who is an accountant from Cleveland who moves to this small town to be an accountant for another company. However, once he gets there, he's told his services are no longer needed. Nobody is a Native American man who lives without a tribe. You see, he is actually part one tribe and part another, which makes him kind of an outsider amongst his people. He doesn't necessarily have his own tribe, but he doesn't necessarily have any enemies either. So what do I like about this movie? Well, first off, I like the fact that it's filmed in black and white. I think it makes it feel like a real classic old Western. And then the movie starts up and you realize that it's kind of weird and surreal and it has a very dreamlike vibe to it. But other than that, it's got a very good classic kind of Western story to it. At least a very typical Western story told in a very untypical fashion. One of the other things about this film that I really like is the music, and the music is done by Neil Young, and it's mostly just guitar music. There's no big soundtrack or anything like that, but the eerie guitar sound just really fits the entire vibe of this film. The last thing I want to mention about this film is Gary Farmer. Gary Farmer plays the Native American man Nobody, and he does a great job. Gary Farmer himself is also a native from Canada, and he's great in this part. He provides such a well-rounded character. He's both lovable, he's funny, he's serious where he needs to be, he's philosophical. I mean, all around, just a really great character for this film, and Gary Farmer does a fantastic job playing the character. Alright guys, if you're interested in checking out Dead Man, you can catch it right now. It's streaming on HBO Max, or you can also rent it on YouTube and Google Movies. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me an old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you could do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.